So these are some of the areas that we look at that will be affected by these 50% tariffs. First one is shrimps. US share in India exports stands at 32.4%. Tariff payable is 50%. Impact, as expected, will be very high because the share is quite high, 32.4%. The next one is petroleum products. The US share is just 4.3%. Tariff payable is also quite low, 6.9%. As expected, impact will be quite low. Next one would be the organic chemicals. The US share in India exports stands at 13.2%. Tariff payable is a whopping 54%. Impact will be very high. There's no surprise in that. There are several other sectors that we'll look at. Pharma is one of the key sectors. The US share is a whopping 39.8%, almost 40%. Tariff payable is 0. Why is that? Because pharmaceuticals is so far exempt from the 50% tariffs. That is the deal that India and US struck. Next one is carpets. The US share is again high, around 60% almost. Tariff payable is above 50%. Impact, as expected, very high. These are some of the sectors that will be affected the most. We'll look at some other sectors as well, such as apparel and knitted sectors, such as the share will be 34.5%. Tariff payable is the most at 63.9%. Impact, as expected, will be very high. So these are some of the sectors that will bear the brunt. Apparel and woven apparels, the share is 32.2%. Tariff is again above 60%. Impact is very high. So we'll continue to look at these sectors while we monitor the tariffs. Textiles is again a major sector, almost 50% share that India has in the US market. Tariff is almost 60%. Impact again very high. So when we look at these sectors, we'll have to see how these will actually affect the job market as well, because a lot of these sectors employ lakhs of people, so those jobs will also be at risk. And diamonds and golds are also there. Impact will be almost very high because the US share is 40%, tariff is above 50%. So that gives us a scale of the damage that can be done. And steel, aluminium and copper. So India is one of the biggest exporters of steel in the world. So this sector, but it has less share in the US, 16.6%. Tariff payable is high at 51%. Impact, of course, will be high, but steel, as far as I remember, is exempt from that, so that will have to be seen. Machinery and mechanical appliances, the tariff payable is above 51%. The US share in India exports stands at 20%. Impact again will be very high. So you can see most of these sectors have a high grade of impact. Smartphones, this is a key sector. US share India export stands at 43.9%, and that is an ever increasing market because India is now the biggest exporter of smartphones to the US. Tariff payable is 0% because smartphones are so far exempt, so impact will be low. So these are some of the sectors that will be impacted thoroughly when these tariffs kick in.